Hey, is the show on? The show's on, isn't it? Hang on a second. Oh, where? Hey, where am I? Oh, ah. Well, hello, good. Hello there, good people. Hi, I'm Jason with Green Country Agroforestry. It's 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, and of course that means it's time for another one of our live streams. I see John Pumphrey's around. Mary is Tulsa Fox is around. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, I was doing some looking on YouTube earlier today, and I noticed that our friend Tim from Ridge Life is out sick. He's not going to have a live stream tomorrow. Oh, so guys are the praying sort. I'm sure he'd appreciate some efforts in that area. I don't know if it's the same thing that I've been sick with this past couple of days, because I've been under the weather too. And today I think I'm kind of in the recovery stage, just really tired. Gatorade and vitamin C. Vitamin C added Gatorade. 2,250 milligrams twice a day. I tried it 3 times a day. Didn't work out well. But I spent really 2 days in bed, really. Last couple of days. For Christmas, Mary was home. If you guys noticed, the truck was in the parking lot for that Christmas special video, and that was nice having her. It's called the Crud. There you go. Yeah, it was no fun. You're just getting over one too, huh? Apparently, it's going around. It wasn't hard. I mean, it was annoying. But it wasn't hard to get over. Just pump in the vitamin C, eat some zinc, plenty of fluid, water. Stay in bed, crank up the heat, and sweat it out. But it does wear you out. Wears you out something horrible. All right. So as you can tell, there's some different things happening on this show tonight. For one thing, yeah. Where's my head? Oh no! There's a. Oh no! My head's gone. My head! My head! We finally managed to get a green screen. That was a Christmas present. Thank you, Mary. So now I don't have my crummy little room that I'm broadcasting from in front of you. It now looks like I'm sitting in front of Stonehenge, which is kind of cool. I could always do some other things with it. But I kind of liked that backdrop. Isn't that a pretty skyline? Oh, let me get out of the way so you can see the sun. Oi, look, coming right up, right there. Boom. Marking time. So we had the 21st. Hi, Vicki. We had the 21st just a few days ago. Oh, just a little over a week ago. So we are now getting longer and longer days up here in the northern hemisphere, particularly in Oklahoma. That does not mean that winter is done with us. As a matter of fact, our coldest months are still ahead here in Oklahoma. But it does mean that we are getting closer and closer to that mark when we need to be ready to have our seeds in the ground, which means if we're going to get the things done that we want to get done, it's time to start thinking about what it is. Start making the garden plans. So get out your calendars, gather together your box of seeds or boxes of seeds if you might have them. You might be getting a whole bunch of these already. What I have here. I've got one from Johnny's. We got one from Seed Savers Exchange. Yeah, I've got one from One Green World, which looks really funny whenever you put it up there with that green screen. Look at that. Isn't that cool? One Green World's catalog. We got one from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds here. Although most of these companies, in all actuality, I mean, I appreciate you sending me the catalogs and everything, but I usually just go online to the website whenever I want to order something. It's everything should be already there, but you can go through your catalog, see what it is that piques your interest. I do try every year to do one brand new thing that I've never grown before. At least one thing. Usually, if I can help it, 2 or 3 things that I've never grown before. And Yeah, Vicky, that's Stonehenge behind me. I'm here in Stonehenge. I'm here in Stonehenge, which is it's strangely afternoon here. Yes. Oh, so a couple different things couple new things every year. And if I do a couple new things every year, I can make discoveries about what really likes to grow where I'm at. Because what grows well in somebody's backyard might not grow just as well in one lot over. It's one of those things. If you don't try something out, you'll never know what you're missing. So I got this from Arbor Day Foundation. Send me a little 2022 calendar. I think this is going to be perfect. I can just come in here and make a little notation on this and post it up there on the side of the refrigerator. When I look through my seeds and I know I need to start certain things indoors before I go plant them outdoors, of course, consult with your almanac and see whenever your last rot state is expected to be, so you know when you can start moving things outdoors, in theory anyway. And that lets you do your planning. That's a good time to start that, because you'd be surprised how quickly you run out of time whenever the springtime gets here and it's time to start planning and you only have a certain amount of time to get things done. If you weren't thinking ahead, you didn't get them done. So this year we're planning on extending the rodent-proof raised bed system. I showed a video on that a while back where I laid out the hardware cloth on the ground and took our cement blocks and laid them end to end. I've decided that we're going to go with 10-foot long segments, and I'll get to the reason for that in just a minute. John was asking, how would you go about an indoor garden during the winter, and is it worth it? If it's the only food you're getting, that's definitely worth it. But yeah, it's rewarding to have an indoor garden. It keeps you busy, and you have the pleasure of having fresh stuff. And what you put in your indoor garden, it's really going to vary upon what works well for you, where you're at. As a matter of fact, I have something to show you guys incidentally. Hey, I've taken this cold medicine. It's making my head feel really funny. Oh, man. I was playing guitar the other day and I just had strange lyrics popping into my head. Let me move these seeds out of the way for a moment so I could show you an accidental discovery. This is an accidental discovery. Whenever I brought in the hybrid cannas, that's the yellow orange ones, musical instrument. Hang on. Put that there. Those yellow orange hybrids. It's kind of I've been trying to figure out exactly what they are, and I think I have it figured out. Those are a hybrid between a Louisiana canna, a canna glauca, and the canna indica, or the regular Indian shot canna. But it wound up producing really broad leaves that are a combination of red and or orange and yellow together. I think anyway. I could be wrong. I could be completely off base. That's what I'm thinking. All right, hang on a second. Let me show you this discovery. I brought in those hybrid canna roots, and packed them in a tote with peat moss all around them. And I thought, okay, this is great. It's going to preserve them. And it was a good idea too, because the groundhogs or gophers are out there and starting to eat up the canna roots that they can find. Voracious little critters. So at least I get to save some. But I discovered something. I'll just share it with you real quickly here. The thing I discovered is if you have it's that light reflecting, isn't it? Yeah. All right. So if you've got a clear plastic tote like this one here, then that's going to look strange because these are green. Let me turn off the green screen for just a second here so you can see what I'm holding in my hands. Let's turn the virtual background to off. There we go. All right, so here we go. Wait, there we go. That's what we got. Because our tote was clear, the cannas that I put here in the peat moss have begun to sprout. And I've got canna sprouts. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just sort of a happy discovery, because apparently this is part of my winter gardening now, because these sprouts, look at that, high in protein. So we just cut these as we go. If we've got a tub like this, I think I'll probably do this intentionally from here on out, because it's sort of an accidental bounty that I've got in the middle of the winter, these high protein canna shoots that I can cut just sort of as I need them as a fresh vegetable. Look at this. Fresh vegetables in the middle of winter that I can grow in this tub. It's a little crispy. These are great stir fried. You put in a little sweet potato, some of the root, a little garlic, onion, salt, pepper. Getting into a habit here of using local spices. So since I'm growing Szechuan pepper, I'll use a little Szechuan pepper, a little bit of my cayenne pepper, and got too much leaf in that one. All right, Szechuan pepper and cayenne pepper. If you take the Szechuan pepper and peel the outside off, so you just have that little black seed kernel on the inside, that tastes almost exactly like a black pepper, but has a little bit of a different aromatic to it and no heat. So you add a little bit of cayenne pepper to change that balance, and now you have something that actually tastes like black pepper through a combination of the Szechuan and cayenne hot pepper together. These are really juicy. So I have that, of course, cayenne peppers, onions, garlic. Of course, grow my own garlic, grow my own onions. Hopefully after next year, I'll actually have the onions up for sale. I had so many of them get lost due to gopher action this past year that I wasn't able to put them up for sale on the website. Stir fry. Yeah, there you go. This is a nice stir fry vegetable right there. High protein in the middle of the winter, growing. I have a little tub in just a back room somewhere. As long as it's getting some light and it's a clear plastic tub, these things are going to want to sprout. And so you'll constantly have a supply. This is not the first time I've cut these. You'll have a constant supply of these sprouts that you can harvest. And there's food. Of course, you still have the roots. They're still down there, and they'll still sprout and grow whenever you put them in the ground come springtime, as long as you don't overdo it. You can put these in rotation. You know, after you harvest out of one, just put it back, cover it up, make sure it doesn't get any light. Let another one come sprout. So on and so forth, all through the winter months. Nice big thick piece there. So, you want the shoot, so not so much the leaf part. The leaf is kind of tough, but the shoots definitely. We'll just peel that outer part off there, and that's your din part of your stir fry. Sweet potato, of course, goes good with it. I've tried this out. Sorry. Oy. Oy. So, coughing and hacking and wheezing over here. Look at this. So I was able to pull all that right out. Isn't that something? I'll clean that up, and I'll have that for lunch tomorrow. At least part of it. All right, let me switch that wonderful screen back on in the background. Now I've got a tickle in the back of my throat. Hang on. We'll fix that. A mysterious invisible drink. Oh. Of course, you know what happens whenever you drink invisible drink. That's what's bound to happen whenever you drink an invisible drink. So you start to disappear a little bit. Yep. I'm just having too much fun with this, aren't I? Okay. Is that whiskey in the jar? No, that's not whiskey in the jar. That's this blue Gatorade that Mary got. It's a big thing of powder, Gatorade powder, and I took that and added some vitamin C to it. So I stay hydrated and get my dose of vitamin C, which hopefully will help me recover better from the illness that I've been suffering. Vicky says, I'm attempting to grow some ginger. It's been dormant for months, but just recently started sprouting. That's good. If it's sprouting, then you're going to be able to grow it. I have shoots about 2 inches tall. Awesomeness. You'll get some ginger then. This is coffee. Oh, look at that. The green screen makes my cup do weird things. All right. Oh, how are you guys doing out there? Has anybody else gotten this crud? Oh, nasty crud. Let's see. Ginger needs to stay warm, but that's not a problem in Arkansas. I think David the Good's trying to keep some of his ginger over winter, and he's in Alabama. It's just one zone south. I could have probably kept my ginger in the ground this year, unless, of course, February comes and it's like most Februarys and it's arctically cold out, then maybe probably bringing stuff inside was a good idea. I would love to be able to keep ginger over the winter in the ground here, though. That'd be nice. Keeping the crud at bay, says Sasspress Red, but shoulder is wrecked. Oh, no. Yeah, mine is too, still. I don't think it's ever going to completely recover. Whenever here, there rips going after that chicken a couple of years back. Oh, yeah. Have a backyard garden, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Vicky says, Miss, first couple of minutes, you have the creeping crud. That's when you're creeping around feeling cruddy. I'm just recovering from it. I was down last couple of days and taking that funky cold medicine has guanafenicin in it that just makes my head feel weird. And I start coming up with weird lyrics for songs for no particular reason. All right. Oh yeah, let's fat finger that. So let's see. This year I'm making plans on planting something that I've never planted before, which is no different from any year, but this year, hopefully, it's something that most of you have never planted before. Where did I put that? Where'd you go? Oh, you're down here somewhere. I know you are. This big box of seeds in front of me. Good to go through about this time. Oh, yeah? Carl? There, are you happy? I'll put this down before we get a copyright claim. I like playing around with that sound. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. Yeah, let me just bounce them off the desk here. I mentioned this earlier in the year, and I think the stream that I announced that I had a seed addiction, and I just kept on doing these irrational things. No, I have more than one big box. I have several small boxes, and they're scattered all over the place, just like my brain most of the time. All right, so I said I got something different, and this is the thing. If I can get it to, all right, I'm like, is that even getting into focus? Okay, these are rice, short grain. So it's a short grain Japanese heirloom rice. I'm going to be growing this, by golly, because you can't have proper stir fry without rice. So one thing I'm missing, I got the sweet potatoes I'm putting in there. You got the can of roots I'm putting in there. I got the can of shoots I'm putting in there. I'm growing the onions and growing the garlic. I'm growing the cayenne. I'm growing all the spices, everything else. I'm growing all the stuff that I need for my stir fry, except for the rice. And of course, since I don't have any hens at the moment, I don't have the eggs. But other than that, yeah, there you go. That's pretty much the entire meal. You could put cats in your stir fry. I probably missed something. Here's Chris's clever Chris Sunlightner. Hi. This one is traditionally grown in patties. It's traditionally grown in patties. But okay, so rice, you always see it growing in a rice paddy. You always see it submerged, but it doesn't actually have to be submerged in order to grow. The only reason they do that is for weed control, because it can grow with wet feet and most things can't. Oh, Vicky's been harvesting poke salad as a spring green since she was knee high on a grasshopper. Me too. Good stuff. And really only then. I just eat it like once a year. So I'm like, here, I ate some. But our stuff like chickweed and purple dead nettle, we eat that all the time. Mario's out there over the holiday weekend helping herself. I got a big batch of it. All right, so here's what they look like in the pouch there. That's actual rice seeds. So they're in the hole. They haven't been removed. So this is one of my my big things coming up this year. And the reason it takes a little extra consideration is I have to figure out how I'm going to set up the growing area to grow these, because I'm not going to be growing them exactly the same way that I grow everything else. Randy Lewis says winter is about to get Texas. Oh no! I hope he gets it back. He probably will. Oh, yeah. John said, irony is most rice is grown, yeah, in the USA. John, this is an heirloom Japanese short grain rice. So it's more appropriate for making sushi with. Actually, it's appropriate for everything. You can make your stir fry with it. You can make your sushi with it. You can throw it in soup. You can grind it up to make rice flour. Anything you wanted to do with it. I decided to go with the short grain because, well, one, it's I like sushi, and two, not everybody's growing it, so I always try to do things that not everybody else is doing. This year was also a year that we're going to try out these guys, and hopefully a certain percentage of these black-eyed peas will end up being vining type black-eyed peas, because geez, let me see here. I just had it. This RI1-100 short grain rice from Ramirez Seeds. It's just a Japanese short grain rice. Not anything particularly fancy. Oy. Sassarus Red says, we are planning millet. Oh, a melody from Big Leg and Let's Dig It Homesteads here. Oh. February is coming, guys. February is coming. February's coming. Get your coats, get your blankets. It can happen. But you never know. Here in Oklahoma, it's just crazy. We can pretty much guarantee we're going to have cold weather in February. How cold? Well, that depends. Over the holiday weekend, we had weather in the 80s some days. That was nice. And of course, I had the crud. So my usual job of cooking had to be delegated to Mary. And so I got to very, very tiredly sit there and go, okay, so here's what you do next. I want you to take the celery and the onions and all the 4 ounces of butter. Yeah, four tablespoons. 4 tablespoons. Tablespoons in the skillet. Yeah, and then brown them. There you go. And then put that to the side. All right, now take the cornbread and chop it up into small pieces. Actually, I chopped up the cornbread. And we went through making the stuffing. And she thought I was just going to talk her through making the mushroom caps, but I was sneaky. I got her started on the cornbread stuffing first. Let's see. A couple of days blistering cold, then mild. I mean, it's been wonderful out here. I mean, just wonderful. Really nice. Except for yesterday. Yesterday was pretty dang gray. But all day today, it had rain in the morning, and then it was just pretty all day. So all the plants out there that I've got growing under row covers are just so happy. We got the peas are putting on blossoms, so we're going to have actual peas to go in my stir fry here pretty soon. So Lisa's driving. Oh no! Well, keep it between the ditches, by golly. All right. Great Lakes apple seeds for wonderful rice varieties. That's Great Lakes staple seeds for wonderful rice varieties. Thank you, Sasspress Red. Let's see. Yeah, drive safe. Don't want to wind up off in a ditch somewhere because it may not be a bad night, but it's always a bad night to get stuck in a ditch. All right, so I talked her through how to make it, and apparently we did good on the mushroom caps. We had all right, Lisa. Maybe tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to bed right after I get done here. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So night before Christmas, we had some steak with some sautéed mushrooms, and we'd gotten a whole bunch of these creminis, which are really baby portobellos, and they were in different sizes. The really small ones, those ones went into the pot to make the sautéed mushrooms and put them with some nice wine and butter, and they're just delicious, absolutely delicious, along with a nice petite sirloin steak, and that's what we had for Christmas Eve dinner. But the big ones, the big baby Bella caps, put those to the side, put them in a paper bag so they didn't get all mushy, and then for Christmas dinner, I talked Mary through how to go about it. You pull out the stem, we put that to the side, and remove the gills, and put the cap over here, and we had her chop up the mushrooms, and then minced onions. So we have minced onion and mushrooms, about 50-50, butter, saute, salt, pepper. Pour that into the bowl, and mix about 50-50 of mozzarella in there, shredded mozzarella. You stir that up. Put that onto your mushroom caps. You put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of the pan. You put your mushroom caps. They're now stuffed into the pan. Put it in the air fryer for 300 degrees for about 10 minutes or so. And then just give a little touch up until they're nice and golden brown on top. And Carl's got to go. Night, Carl. Thanks for stopping by. Stay warm up there. I understand the winter's not quite done with you yet. It's not begun with us really yet. Apparently they were good because there weren't any left. And I didn't get to have any. She ate them all. Let's see. Melody says, I'm growing peas, cabbage, spinaches, and lots of broccoli under a row cover grown zone 7B. There you go. I've got the peas going. I've got some carrots going. I've got radishes going, potatoes, and what's going under my row covers? I've got some onions, and I got some garlic under there too. Onions and garlic were mainly because I just needed a place to put them at the moment, and then they wound up in the bed with the row cover on it. But they're doing fine. Oh my goodness. Whew. I'm starting to feel dizzy. Probably need some more hydration. So if you got this Craig going on, it'll get you. It'll wear you out. You have carrots and beets, but not under a row cover. I don't have any beets. It's been a while since I tried beets. I know it's a horrible thing to say. I'm not a huge fan of beets. Sasper Red says, we're looking for more native edibles. They hide well from predators. You know, a variety of different predators. People walk by and they look at your yard and go, well, that's nice. It's pretty. I see a whole bunch of pretty looking plants over there, but they don't really recognize anything as food. Then you're like, well, somebody walks by a garden and sees watermelons. They go, oh, that's a watermelon. They know that's food. They see squash. They know that's food. They see cantaloupes. They know that's food. They see canna lilies. They don't necessarily register. Oh, yeah, that's food too. And that's as we just discovered from that little tub. A wealth of food, including stir fry ingredients. Oh yeah, green screen's not gonna let you see that. Even in the winter, that's actually probably more than I need for lunch too. It's probably about 2 days worth. So somebody said tried Chattooga beets this year. Not so woody, pretty good actually. I want to try out a sugar beet and see how well those work. I'm kind of curious to find out if the greens from a sugar beet are as good an edible green as the greens from other kinds of beets. For example, I know bull's blood beets, which are really impressive and striking beets in and of themselves, but those greens get used an awful lot in salad mixes. If you're ever getting that stuff, you spread around in the sprouts, you have the greens for your salad, and you have a variety of different greens, and it makes nice, colorful salad and stuff like that. I was like, beet greens. I wonder if I could grow a sugar beet and then harvest some of the greens during the year and keep those for a salad green, and then grow the sugar beet for actual sugar production, so I could have some real, honest to goodness, trade quality sugar. Oh yeah. John says, so much is programmed in what food is. Like programmed up here, and like this, we look at it and see, okay, this is what food is. Yeah, changing your diet and changing your perspective and changing your habits is it's a process. That's why I actually started trying to incorporate the things that we grow around here more and more into the diet, and eventually, if we have to eat what we grow in the yard, it won't be a big deal because we're already eating what we grow in the yard. Let's see. Yeah, looking for heirloom variety beet. I'm not going to do them this year though. Territorial seed. I saw them at last time. Sean. I can't remember. Bonk. Morgan Country Seed. I don't think I've seen Morgan Country, so I'll have to check them out. Anyway. Mango beets. I don't know. After you mangle them, do you have to stew them? Oh. All right, so I have to do some setup for the rice, and I'm thinking, although I don't necessarily have to have them set up in patties, I'm thinking about doing some patties, and in order to simulate patties anyway, I'm going to be getting some of the more of those kiddie pools. What are those? About 60 inches across, fairly decent size. And we'll put about 4 or 5 inches of soil down, and then punch a hole on the top side at about 5 inches up, with a tube coming out so it can overflow into the next one down, and I'll just build a step tier coming down so I can put the water in the top and it'll distribute throughout the rest of them. That should help with the weed control, I suppose. And we'll try that out. We'll grow rice in little kiddie pools as patties and see how that works out. Hey, Mel, I'm glad you stopped by too. It's been a while. All right. Morgan County seeds. Why not clay brick? Clay brick for what? Close thing. Says probably Springfield was right. You're probably right, Vicky. Oh man. Or if there's something closer in Arkansas, you're going to have to travel over a bunch of mountains to get to it. Mango beets are for fodder. Let's see. Happy New Year. Yeah. Bye. All right. I'm going to have to go back and figure out what John was talking about. Why not clay brick? You lost me. I'm sorry. I'm not as sharp tonight as I usually am. Okay. I'm not as sharp every day as I think I am. You're 2 hours from Springfield, you're 2 hours from Fayetteville. Depends on what side of Springfield you're on. Clay repels water. Red clay especially. That's why it makes good cob material. Making a cob house or something. Anyway, why? Oh, you're wondering why I'm going to use kiddie pools and not like build clay ponds or something. How much labor I want to put into it. I think I'm really thinking about using the kiddie pools as a labor saving device. Mango can be eaten pickled also. Interesting. Pickled beets. So Sassafras Red suggests get the mango beets and pickle them. Vicky says it's not such a great idea because they're stringy and flavored and efficient, like field pumpkin. Sassafras Red was thinking putting rice in the back of the lot that stays wet. That's a great idea. Hey, it's possible to play music and read comments at the same time. This is kind of fun. I like this. Yeah, that food for the animals or us if you're hungry enough. I mean, that's corn too, right? Everything eats corn. I don't really like eating corn a lot just by itself. Oh, funky looking thing going on there. Oh, it's a fold. That's what it is. All right, so let's let you in a little secret about this this green screen here. The one that we got is a little bit smaller than would be ideal. So it turns out that I had a green sheet that was just about the same size, but it doesn't quite match up, so it has little speckles on it. I think if I throw it in the laundry and wash it and put some color brightener or something in there, it might help. Anyway, I'll probably wind up getting another screen and just use the stand that I've got because it's big enough. Good health food stores in the Fayetteville to Rogers area. There we go. Hey, Joe Serrano's here. Hi, Joe. Depending on the color. What? Yeah. Got to be careful when you're seeing comments because sometimes people write things in comments that will get a video demonetized if they're spoken or otherwise. For example, that I think they put it in a Whole Foods. Whole Foods, right? Yeah, sure. That's what you meant. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Oh, there we go. It's going sharp for some reason. Oh, there it goes. Nice harmonic resonance. There we go. Okay, that sounds better. We just have a little bit off. Yeah, okay, there we go. That sounds better. Like that live stream. Yeah, can a lily feed the world? Well, no, Joe, it was can a lily help me grow more food? But yeah, I mean, probably. Oh, Joe, were you here earlier? You weren't here earlier, were you? Okay. So a while back, Joe, I did try to get myself positioned here and try not to give it away too early. Let me move this bucket over here and let me see. I've got that. Yeah, let's just put this here. All right. So a while back, I did a video for those of us who are in less tropical locations about saving some of your root crops that are more tropical. So things like elephant ears, your gingers, your turmeric roots and stuff like that. There's the pot that I was going to put everything in. I'll figure it out. This over there. I showed how to do that using a tub with some peat moss. You moisten your peat moss and you put the roots down in there and everything. And let me go ahead and turn off the green screen. Otherwise, you won't be able to see things. I'm actually just going to switch the backdrop color from green to blue. And now everything shows up. Okay. There we go. But the beverage that I'm drinking becomes very mysterious indeed. Okay. So we took the roots and we packed them into this tote, and everything was going just fine. I had this in the back room and wasn't giving it a thought until Mary said, "Hey, there's something up with this tub full of canna roots that you've got over here. You need to come take a look at it." I came and took a look at it and went, "Oh, I figured out what happened. The sides of it are clear and there's light coming in because that's where I've got the little indoor winter garden going because we have like one window that actually gets some sun. And so as a result, all the roots that were in the tub, well, by golly, they they started sprouting. So I said, let's go ahead and take advantage of this situation. And I proceeded to, earlier today, on the show, I proceeded to trim them. And we got a bunch of, now some on the ground, canna shoots here. So these are high in protein for our stir fry. So that's a fresh green vegetable in the middle of by golly winter that you can get from having cannas stored in a tub inside your house, and you still have the cannas to plant out there in the spring. And if you get really hungry and you need some more calories, then you can take one of those roots and scrub it off, boil it, peel it, and it's a potato. I mean, that's what it is. It tastes exactly like a potato. But if a potato had just a little bit more fiber in it, it was a little bit more nutritious. It tastes exactly like a potato. All right. And Judith Melton is needing to find some other place to do her spam. If somebody would be so kind as to take care of that, that would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I'm going to have to bring up my YouTube and go do it myself, which would be a pain. All right. Let's see what's going on here in chat other than people spamming websites. There's just food open to everybody. Yeah. There's a place called Mary's in Springdale, or maybe Rogers. Talking about health food spots in Arkansas, so you don't have to go all the way into Springfield. Let's go all the way into Springfield. Whole Foods was bought out by Big Ag and caught too many times. It's a scandal for me to trust them. Oh, wow. Yeah. Maybe some more farmers growing at the Fayetteville Farmers Market. That'd be nice. No, it's Gatorade. It's this blue Gatorade that Mary got me. And since I've got the screen switched to blue screen, look at that. That's the sun on the picture that's on the virtual background. It's so funny. I'm going to have fun with this thing. Let's see. So tofu and bread. Huh. Let's see. Vicky's saying my watercress is still lush and verdant. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's still green out there that might have gotten brown. And we're noticing that there are a lot of birds that ordinarily would be gone. They're still in the area. They haven't migrated. I guess the food is still around, so they're hanging around for it. I saw flies out last week. Flies. In the middle of December. Late December last week. Anyway, it's flies out. The year of the bots. There. Arkansas has been wet. Yeah. Malanga. Nice. I want to try some taro. I just have to be kind of picky about what variety I get. I have to find one, of course, that's going to want to grow here. I mean, most of them should, but also one that won't be nasty. Apparently, some are better as ornamentals than food. I might try malanga. Let's see. It's a wormhole to Stonehenge. That's right. Hey, Greg. Somebody tell Greg Allison we have discovered a wormhole. We've discovered a wormhole that goes. Look at that. What's that in the background? What are those? Bluestone monoliths. Bluestone monoliths in the background. And there's the sun rising. That's right. It's Stonehenge. It's a wormhole to Stonehenge. Right here, discovered on this channel. Okay. Too much fun. Oh. first heavy metal concert in Stonehenge. Oh, interesting. What's that? I'm just going to have to get used to this thing. All right. Mary is saying, huh. All right, let me get over here to the virtual background. There we go. All right, so Mary, where have you been? I've been having fun with this thing. That's it. Poof, I'm gone. Just kidding. I'm still right here. Too much fun with the green screen. I don't know how I managed to get by in life without one before. Oh, crud. I got gunk on my hands now. Oh, and on my pants, too. Aww. Soot from the pot. Great. That's what I get for not paying attention to what I'm doing. You're a parking truck. You're parking your truck, or you're parking a truck, or you're parking trucks. Dirt equals money. Well, that's soot. It's not dirt. It's just soot. Yeah, you leave me alone. I have to start trying to amuse myself. And now I made a mess on my pants. I made a mess on my pants now. Oh, my goodness. Oh. So when Mary was home, we had to be very careful because I don't think that the crud that I got is the same as the crud that she got. She had a cold whenever she got home. And the very next day, I started feeling ill. And that didn't seem right to me. The timing wasn't right. So apparently I was exposed to whatever I was falling ill with, a little bit before that. So there'd be an incubation period. I'm going to mess up my pants. So I had to do semi-quarantine protocol. So I had to talk her through cooking Christmas dinner, which is sad. Dirt is generally dead. For good crops, you need living soil. Yeah, there's some people that just get really bent out of shape over the distinction between soil and dirt. I guess you can make that distinction. Yeah, soil is living. It has active, live biological components to it, and dirt is inert matter. Well, I'll tell you what. If what the crud was that I just had, and I'm in the middle of recovering from, it was Omicron, then it will wear you out. I had a hard time getting sleep. It was just about the time I was ready to drift off. It's time for another cough. And that just tires you out. Tires you out something bad. Completely survivable, though. Lots of vitamin C, lots of fluid. Get a little zinc in you. Get some rest. I wound up using that heater pad that Mary got for me. Found that to be very, very useful. Yeah, I did a little bit of whiskey. Actually, it wasn't whiskey, it was gin. I mixed up 4 ounces of lemon juice, 2 ounces of gin, and a great big heaping spoonful of honey. And stir that up. You drink enough of these, it won't matter that you've got a cold. But it did soothe the throat quite a bit. Yeah, make sure you got your vitamins, because it was no fun. No fun getting the crud, guys. Oh. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Start making your plans now. I went over the backyard, thinking about the thing that I want to do. Oh, I told you I was going to get back around to this. Went back there with the tape measure and double checked. We got 75 feet from one side to the other, and I've got basically 50 feet if I was just to make a complete and total block. So 50 by 75. Coming in 6 feet from the fence line and putting a line of trees in. So we have hazelnuts and redbuds, and I've got what else have we got in there? I've got a Siberian pea shrub going in there. There's a Chinese mahogany that went in there. Peach trees in there, pear trees, stuff like that. All that 6 feet in from the fence line. So that's basically a nice hedge. And then coming in 6 feet from that, I'm building my gopher-proof raised beds. That's 4 foot wide. So we have 12 foot plus 4 foot. That's 16 foot. So you take 16 foot off of the 75, and you take 16 foot off of take 16 foot off the 75, and you take 16 foot off the 50. Whatever the heck that number is, that's the multiply those two by each other, and that's the total square foot of garden I'm going to be working with other stuff. I already have some ideas on that. I want to run mulberries along those gopher-proof beds, because mulberries and nice fresh berry fruit you can pick, keep them at shrub size, and then your prunings go right into the beds. That should help provide a source of sulfur, which would be great for the alliums, because I really want to ramp up my onion production, my walking onions. So I actually have some to get out to you guys, because I've only managed to sell, I think, 3 or 4 orders of those before they got the gopher hit. And I had to forego selling any this past year because I have to rebuild my supply back up. Fortunately, they are very prolific if you can protect them from the critters, and they reproduce rapidly. So, once you've got your start of walking onions, you don't really need to get any more from anybody. Just kind of the idea, get a source of food that once you've got it going, you're independent. Let's see. Chris is saying lots of vitamin D right there. I got the vitamin D going on. Castor, I've tried, and it didn't seem to make a bit of difference to the gophers. That was what was in those the granules, the 7 granules for rodents is castor oil, and the gophers didn't phase them. They didn't care. Any recommendations on where I can find mulberries hardy in Zone 6B? Geez, just about everywhere. I'm pretty sure just about all the varieties that you can get commercially from anybody is going to do well in 6B. No, there's not one supplier that comes to mind that I would recommend more than any other at the moment. It's a fairly easily adaptable plant. I mean, I've got some that in all likelihood I'm just going to cut and start all over because they've gotten way too big. They're too big that I can't just go out there and, okay, we're going to top it now, and they're already gave it around. Huge tree. Starks, Willis Orchards, Hidden Spring Nursery in Tennessee would be a good spot to check because they are cheap. They'll sell you good live plants, and they're cheap. So a couple nice ladies run that outfit in Tennessee, and they've got a bunch of really great plants for a really great price. It's kind of hard to say no to that. Well, a lot of the larger nurseries have a lot of overhead, a lot of extra expenses a small outfit doesn't have to contend with. Let's see. Most of the ones you preferred or found prefer at least zones 7 through 9. I suppose I'll do some looking around and see what I can find. You might check with One Green World also for things that might like a milder climate or a cooler climate. going to try to remove some of the schmutz from my hand here, and I'm going to use Hidden Springs Nursery, Tennessee. Nice ladies. I'm going to use the moisture from that canna leaf. And if I had, there you go. There's an old t-shirt. See if I can rub that off there. Boy, they're out in force tonight, aren't they? Those spammers. Boy. You got Turnbull pears coming from. You have to let us know how those Turnbull pears turn out. Because I've been seeing advertisements for Turnbull pears ever since I was about knee-high to a grasshopper. And the way they described them, they sounded delicious. I've never tried them. Mary is parking, dropping hook trailers, and driving truck. Oh, she's got around it. I was being a goofball earlier whenever I was talking. I was teasing you. All right. So here we go. Day's getting longer. If you're going to have something different in your yard that's going to require some different preparation, it's a good idea to start making your plans to incorporate it now, so that whenever the time comes for you to actually get your roots in the ground, get your seeds in the ground, you're not caught unprepared, because spring is coming. Believe it or not, the days are getting longer. And good folks, I'm tired, and that's all I got for you tonight. As always, I hope you found the video informative or entertaining, maybe a little bit of both. And if you did, you know what to do. Mulberry from Hidden Spring Nursery. I thought they had them. I'm pretty sure they did. If you do, well, you know what to do. All right. Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. Because it's gonna be past New Year's the next time we get together for a Wednesday live stream. I probably will try to get on a bit more often since we now have longer days. We'll see. I almost didn't get on tonight because I was just feeling so down, out, and tired. But it'd been a week already, so I wanted to get on and try out the green screen and all that good stuff. Oh, Chris is making fun of the bot. Bots. Good night, everybody. I hope you guys are healthy, and if you're not, I hope you get well soon. I'll catch you next time.